the World tips and tricks for you. So in case any of you are new to this game, we are going to be doing some tips and tricks. So let's get right into it. So we're going to basically be covering the whole basis of this game and things to do and things not to do. Alright, well, let's see if we can do some good stuff and save the world. I'm doing a live stream, because I'm goated. Alright, so basically, number one, don't scam, like, at all, because I don't scam, of course. See, look, I don't scam. Anyways, so basically the first thing we're talking about is survivors. So basically, you do not want to turn on autofill. That is one of the biggest mistakes I see. So basically, whenever you're filling out your survivor squads, you can see there's a thing called personality, and you want to match these more than power level. So power level does not matter as much as matching these. See how a lot of these I have matched, they'll be golden. But if you can't match them, just put power level like these people. And so basically, just do not at all put autofill. It'll be higher power. It'll be a higher power level like I am right now. Alright, so that's, and so when doing your survivors also, the lead survivors are really the best if they're mythic. So when you're picking your things, always pick the highest lead survivor thing, because they will be better. Like the mythics are these ones are always better, even if they were lower power level. Alright, and to upgrade your survivors, which is a big thing, you need survivor XP, which you can get from either doing missions, which you can do any missions, twine missions, candy missions, whatever you want to do, and or you can do or you can batch recycle them, which is pretty difficult, but it is pretty cool. Alright, next thing we're going to talk about is how to get higher power levels. So one way is to do your survivor squads, and the other way are doing research points, which make sure you have a lot of them even. So look, I have 100. These I'm leveling up these next. Make sure they're even so you don't have one side different than the other. And also you have upgrade points, which are going to upgrade your storage, your backpack space, and other stuff, generic stuff. Alright, so when you first get into Save the World, like most people, you'll be in Stonewood, and you'll have this quest log, okay? So this is the main quest, right here. And you have other quests here, too, that give you different types of stuff for more rewards. And that's one way to progress pretty fast. But also another secret way is that you do not have to do... I do not agree with this, even though I did it. Don't judge me. It was a very bad idea, because when I can't do any twine missions right now, which sucks. See, it's all locked. But when you're doing this, you can get a higher power level person, and you can just do only the storm shield. So you just need to do 6, and then you go to launch the rocket, which is somewhere down there. I don't really have it right now. Caney launch the rocket somewhere. I don't know exactly where Caney launch the rocket is, but it's somewhere. And then you can do that, and that is how you skip. So it's a bad idea, but I did it. So if you want to just craft 130s really fast, yeah, do that. Alright, now we're going to talk about, since we're talking about storm bases, now we're going to talk about how to do the storm bases better. So I would advise in Stonewood and Plankerton, you really don't need traps. You can just probably build and fortify and shoot. Now, but the problem is when you start getting Caney, so by the way, the levels are Stonewood, Plankerton, Caney, and Time Peaks, and the zombies get harder and harder to kill everywhere. Alright, so basically when you say Caney, you're going to start needing to use traps. Now traps are going to have to be built in a very specific way. So let's go to my backpack and I'll show you. So I'll show you what each of these are for. See, anti-air defense traps are for these zombies called throwers. They're gonna throw stuff in the air and hit your base. It's gonna be very bad. These ceiling gas traps are probably the best things to use if you're for trap tunnels. These are very good. They do damage buildup over time. It's very good. The next thing is a flame grilled floor trap, which is okay. It's more for open use, but they're okay. They're not that good though. If you don't have tar pits, I would advise using flame grilled traps. The next thing is a floor fleece trap. These things do not do any damage, but they do knock things down, and they're only a floor trap. But they do knock things down. They don't do any damage. They also make your base look pretty cool. The next thing is a tar pit. These are the best floor traps if you're doing a trap tunnel. Use ceiling gas traps, tar pits on the bottoms. These are very good. They slow the enemy down. They burn them. Wall darts are very good because you can place. Wall darts are very good because they do a high damage ratio. So any big people, they'll take them down. Wall dynamos. Wall dynamos are very good on the wall. So if I were doing a wall thing, I would probably use these, or if I had broadsides. Broadsides shoot cannonballs, and they're very, very good. Wall launchers are great because you can knock zombies into where you want them. So say you set a trap up on the side and you knock them into a pit of broadsides. You can do that, and that's a great way to really defend your base. Alright, so next thing we're going to talk about is heroes. So heroes, you'll have heroes, right? And you have a certain amount of XP at the top, just like survivors. You can upgrade them, just like how you can upgrade survivors. You can go upgrade all these things, people. So what I do with my heroes is, mostly any of the bad heroes, you can click a batch cycle, which will give you hero XP and stuff. But the thing about it is, each hero has a different purpose. So if I am wanting to building purposes and like you just want to like fortify a base up, I use constructor. They have tons of health. They have very low mobility, but they have tons of health, and you can do a lot of damage with them. Outlanders are great for looting up. Some of them give you 2 times loot, and they have great abilities such as Shock Tower, Teddy, and Systematic Smash. So all these heroes have different abilities, but Outlanders, I think they really do have some of the best abilities. Like Phase Shift is a great ability that you can use, or Teddy those are very good abilities that you can use. Next we have Skirmisher's Edge, or the ninjas section. Now these two people do different things. Ninjas are probably the most mobile type of people, and they're very good at moving around and stuff. And soldiers are the best at battle, and they're really good at just taking down zombies if you need to. Now we'll talk about the special abilities. So people like Wukong or Mega Base Kyle or mythic heroes will give you abilities such as Soaring Mantis. Now, when you're doing your hero loadout, you see this ability right here, right? And it will be like Soaring Mantis, say you need to have a ninja commander and you need 3 ninjas, and it'll give you like a superpower. Like let's just say it'll give you a very decent what's it called? Oh, a very good triple jump. So triple jump will even move around faster. In your hero loadouts, you just want to put like people with the max health, or if you're trying to get an ability, people that are the same type of thing. Like you can make multiple hero loadouts, and they're pretty cool. Defenders, I don't really use defenders that much, but if you really want to, you can. They are pretty cool to just put on. They can do all the work for you. Next, we're going to talk about expeditions. So expeditions are things you can do. Expeditions, you can send your heroes on a mission and go get stuff for you. Like this. I can just have 100% right there, and we can go do a mission and get them. Alright. So then, now that we've covered the command section, research points, all this, survivors, research points, we're going to go to the armory section and show you how to, so basically, so we're going to talk about guns now. So, there's different power level guns. So, there's different ratios, just like normal battle royale. There's gray, there's green, there's blue, and there's purple, and there's legendary. So basically, The highest power level is 130. Now, there is a new thing in the game where there are power level 132s. Now, they're very, very rare. They're very, very rare. So basically, the way to get a power level 132 is to get, so basically you have to get a 121 gun, okay, which I'll tell you how to do later, but just when this number says 121, I'll show you. You can supercharge it somehow. It's like a new thing adds to the game. I don't know how to do it yet, I'm sorry, but you can supercharge it to 132, which has never been seen before in the game. And so basically there's different types of guns, and let's talk about guns now. So the goes power level 1, 26, 58, 58, 82, well actually now it's 77, 106, 130. So I can craft 130s, which are these, the highest power level guns in the game. And you can upgrade you can always go to your schematics, that's where you get your guns. So schematics and guns that go in your backpack are different. So say I go to, I get a schematic, right? And so basically, these are not going into your backpack. You can just craft these by getting these materials. See those materials to the side? Those are the materials that I need to craft these guns. Alright, and now you also have melee guns. There's tons of guns. You need ammo, you can hold traps, and you can hold materials, which I'll tell you what these are for later. Alright, next we're going to talk about collection book. So collection book, I've actually recently discovered that it's actually pretty good. So it can give you tons of rewards if you just put away your weapons. It can give you there's event people that you can put away. Like this dude here, I can select him to the slot. I can put him there. I can confirm it, and then look. Now I'm getting rewards. Getting Survivor XP, Schematic XP, and now I can upgrade. See? These are very, very useful things to do. So let's look again. We have event people. We're gonna look down here. We're gonna find Chinese New Year heroes. There's a Wukong. See? I don't really want to put him there though, because I have his cool thing. But so like Wukong is my hero. But we'll look at expansion schematics, like scavenger weapons, like the buzz cut, basically anything. So actually, I think now these weapons spawn is power level 12, which they're not power level 20, they're power level 12s now, which are how you start them out, like that. Alright, that's collection book, and resources are basically going to be bought. So if you go here to the monster shop and you go to items, you can use your gold, and you can buy stuff like storm shards, other stuff, and heroes. You can buy heroes, and that's how you get schematics. Also rad llamas, which you get from tickets from opening up llamas from X-ray. So they just use general V-Bucks and buy stuff like you can see inside of them. And then there's that. Alright. And now, since we're in armory still, we're going to talk about a little bit about the rolls on guns. So see on to the right side how there's all god roll. So that's basically if someone's trading, they say all god roll, that's all god roll. That's legendary. Okay? And then that is water element there to the side. Which water? There's water, physical, nature, energy, and fire, which all do different purposes in the game for when storms come. Alright, let's talk about the map here. So basically, in Stonewood it'll be very easy, Plankton will be kind of harder, Candy's hard, and Twine Peaks is very hard. And there's also Hit the Road and Scurvy Shoals, which are basically things that are going to be changing over time. And just load into those and just see what happens, basically. I don't want to kill the surprise for you. Alright. Next thing we're going to talk about in this game is the last part about the game, which you basically now know the fundamentals of the game. So the last thing is trading, okay? So it's very difficult to depict, but do not so when trading, you really want to find out what to do in this game. People will say that there's a lot of scammers in this game. There's a lot of people, so always trade in your HP, okay? And when you're trading, people can break walls easily in your storm shield, okay? Now, when you're doing this, sorry, 1 second. gotta get something. Okay. One sec, let me fix this. What is wrong? So basically, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be thinking about how to trade and stuff. So you got to think logically if someone's lying or not. So basically, I'm about to show you how to trade. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes. I need to go do something. But I'm going to show you how different types of methods that people try to do and different ways to do stuff. Okay, I'll be right back. And I'll also explain how to do some quests and missions, which are very difficult. Alright, I'll be right back. Stay on the stream. Boys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Little miss up. Oh, I'm back now. Okay. So, alright. So, alright. Let's do this now. So basically, back to the different types of methods that you can do to protect yourself from being scammed. So I'm going to show you a couple of those. Let's go to my Candy Valley. Start base. Alright, let's do this, boys. Yeah, and also in Save the World, on the map, there's different types of quests. I'm just gonna go through that really fast. There's Eliminate and Collect, which you have to kill zombies. Let me get my better hero on. There we go. Alright, there's Eliminate and Collect, which you have to just kill zombies and collect data samples. Very simple. And there's also different, so before I get into that, sorry, I gotta tell you about different types of husks. There's normal husks, which are just normal, they just walk around. Mini husks, which are very fast but low HP. Fat husks, very slow, but have a lot of HP. Then there's throwers, which are gonna throw stuff at you, like big heads. There's pitchers, which are gonna throw bones at you, do damage. And there's cowboys, which are gonna shoot lasers at you. But after that, I think that's about it. And then there's mist monsters, which are big. The big ones. There's a taker. He's gonna fly around and hit you. He does a lot of damage if he hits you. There's a smasher, tons of HP, and breaks a lot of walls. So if you have a base setup with only walls, he'll break through that easily. And then lastly, we also have the eye shooter. He shoots lasers out of his eye. He kind of like has one eye and he'll just shoot at you. Then we have slingers, which will sling husks up into the air and into your home base to do damage. Alright, so basically the missions, different types of missions, I'll explain to you inside there. So now I'm going to show you some ways to not get scammed. Okay, so let me just break a couple walls. I finished Candy, so I don't need these walls anymore. Let me just break a couple. Sorry about that. Alright. Let me just get a ton of my mats back. Yeah, I have a lot of mats, and I ran out of mats because I was doing other home bases. Alright. I think C is done. Good. This is gonna die. I don't really need that bacon, but okay. See, this is triple jump right here, so you can just easily move around. It's very easy. Alright, let me show you some stuff. So, the first box that people are going to be doing is called a 1x1. Now, this box right here is basically a simple box. So, different types of ways you can get scanned, okay? There's the regular old edit and take, okay? That's very easy to see unless someone's like really fast and you're dropping guns. They can take it and then do that. And also, if you trade in someone else's home base, make sure they give you edits. Say, I need edits, and that will make sure you can edit and you can break walls so that they, because different ways that you can get scanned without edits. I'll show you that in a little bit. If you have edits, there's different ways. People can go like this and jump through and take your gun. Okay. Another way is that they can drop a bad gun and they can just go over and just, you can get false traded. Alright. And also with these materials. Bright core, I'll tell you these after what materials are worth, okay? And also another great way is to watch Save the World videos. So if you don't have edits, let's just say, and then we're doing a normal 1x1 box, but you decide let's do a normal 1x1 box. That's for that's different ways. So say you drop your gun in the back, right? You drop a backbreaker. Okay. Now you come to the front, right? And someone goes like that, and you're in the front, and you're stuck right here. They can just edit around and take your gun. Another way is that let me get it set up first. Alright, so another way is if you drop your gun in the back, they can go like that and they can block you off from getting your gun. So you can't get your gun, you don't have edits. They can just edit out right here and take your gun. Alright. So now the second example, that's if you do not have edits. Another way they can have edits is they can make sure that they're always jumping and stuff when you're dropping, or at least holding something out, because they can kick you and you will lose your guns and they will take it. Alright, I'll show you some other ways too. So if you do have edits, it's pretty hard to get scanned in this game. So make sure you don't do edits, because I'm not going to show you the other ways, because kids will, there's not a lot of smart ways people can scam you. So basically, you have edits, right? You're trading in your home base, and the other kid does have edits too, okay? If he doesn't have edits, he doesn't want to have edits. If you asks, you're in all mystical. So say he wants a stack of breakcore. I'll tell you what breakcore is in a little. So he says a stack of breakcore. Always drop one, okay? And then he trades. Now, if he's legit about his trade, give him the stuff, okay? That's how I trade. If he's legit, yeah, give him the stuff, and then yeah. Alright, so let's talk about different types of things that you're a noob, you maybe will not know the ratios. So traps are 1-to-1 ratio with bright core, if you see this, or a thing called sunbeam. That's a 1-to-1 ratio, okay? Guns. To bright core, I think is around 20, and then sunbeam is 25. So 1/130 is 25. Is 20 bright core, 25 sunbeam. And one gun is worth 10 active power cells. Efficient is, so basically, the main things that people like to trade are bright core and sunbeam. Those are the two main things. Those things help you craft 130s are very good. Active power cells, you need these to trade. Efficient mechanical parts are another big thing. These help you trade. They're very good. Blast powder is another huge thing. No one has blast powder, so you can stack up on blast powder by farming coal. Alright, so this is I'll tell you how to farm stuff, okay? So, you're in Stonewood. You go around the edges of the map, or Stonewood Plankerton, and you're in a city. Go to a city, go around the edges of the map, go in these caves, and basically you just want to find like kind of reddish things or silver things. So there's so basically copper is red, okay? Now silver is a little bit harder. So you might see these rocks with black but little silver like squares inside. And those only give rough ore. Those you don't have to. Those aren't very important. Things that have only silver, those are silver looking color. That is silver, okay? You want to farm that up. And things that have black on the out, like kind of black but black little squares poking out, that's coal. Coal plus rough ore, what you get from rocks, okay, is how you craft blast powder. planks. Duct tape you get from fiber herbs, and adhesive resin, which you get from bushes. Like, you can also search a lot of things in this game, so make sure you can search other stuff too. Okay? So you can search them. Planks comes from trees, other basic things, bacon, nuts and bolts comes from cars, and mechanical parts come from cars, okay? And active parcels come from completing missions, shadow ores, which are found in caves, salvage your own, which you'll find out later, and other stuff. Alright. So let's talk about some other stuff now. Okay. So Canyon Valley is pretty interesting. I look one way. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So basically, and there's also certain hero abilities, like when I said like phase shift, you can move kind of fast, like through the thing, and you can really get scammed by that. So watch out for that if someone has an Outlander, okay? Alright. So basically, you learned how to basically kind of not get scammed. There's tons of methods, okay? There's tons of ways you can get scammed, you cannot. Yeah. So the next thing we're talking about is just certain basics of the game that are a little more advanced. We'll tell you about the storyline. So basically, Stonewood, you're just kind of roaming in, you know, by yourself. And look, when you're doing SSD missions, you're going to be going into mission control. Make sure you have help sometimes. And you're going to, so basically, you're going to, start it, and there's, after a while, you're going to install amplifiers. You're going to also have to defend those like you defend these, you know, with traps, like I said before, okay? And now, the next thing I want. Let me see, what is the next thing we're going to talk about in this? Alright, so the next thing I'll talk about is really just some more advanced material. So this is the first part, was just basically beginners coming to the game. So the second part is people that know how to do but are struggling. One thing on PlayStation or Xbox, go to thing on Xbox, it's clubs. On PS4 it's communities. Go to those things and what's it called? Oh, my bad. And go and start a party chat and get other people and like get trading. Okay, like that's how I trade, you know. That's how you go, like, trade my HP. You get to trade, like, you go to communities and you find other people and you can trade with them, you know. So that's a big, huge way that I like to trade with other people. Another big way is MS. So now we're gonna talk a lot about MSK. Even though I haven't done it, I've seen a lot of things that you can do with MSK. Basically, MSK is the Mythic Storm King. You probably seen him in Battle Royale if you played it. Season 6, am I right? Yeah, Season 6. Take him down, basically. So, going in there, be prepared. Have max mats, be high power level. You know, gotta be around power 131, which I'm not even close to right now. And have a squad of people that are also power 130. It's very hard to solo, so when you're going into the MSK, you basically want to talk about, you want to go into there and make sure your walls are kind of like the arch, okay? Because that'll make sure the husks do not go up. So you're going to build up around 3 layers high and build a bridge all the way around with your other teammates and stay on one side. So one person stay on the north, south, east, and west. And you want to stay there and really try to, and you have to communicate very well because you'll see the, so communicate very well to go against the Storm King. So I'll tell you about the Storm King abilities now. The Storm King has a hand. He can just like kind of raise down and try to one-shot and will one-shot you. He has like little meteor rocks and big meteor rocks which will one-shot you no matter how power level you are. There's also husks that spawn everywhere. They're pretty big, but if you have drones, the drone ability, which you can get from your hero loadout, and you can upgrade them in your upgrade base and put them here in the gadgets area. So basically that's what you can get right there. And you can use upgrade points to upgrade them. So all these things, banner, all these things you can use, just kind of figure that yourself. Alright, when you're going in there, there'll be 2 little mini bosses, you need to take those down as fast as you can, because those things will kill you. Now, when you're attacking him, you hit his whatever it says to attack, and you just go there, and you basically just try to attack him, and just do the stuff. Like you just try to attack these shard crystals, well then will be released to his horn. So you want to try to beat his horn up, and then once you beat both of his horns down, you shoot him. Okay? And also Storm King is a big laser too, which will end you pretty fast. If you don't get out of the way, people will call out your name. So that's why you need to have good good communication, and make sure that you can know what you're doing. Oh dang, that was loud. So basically, sorry about that. So basically, when fighting him, you want to use things like, I'll show you my guns that are good are, my deatomizers, which I don't know where they are, but in my storage. Don't even have deatomizers, probably don't. Deatomizers, these, which take energy cells, and where bundle busters are very good, and pot shots, which, like, you can listen to this. And don't use straps in this. It's a stupid idea, because they're just going to get broken. So don't do that. Or some type of launcher, like any launcher, like Potshot's like a great launcher. Stuff like that. Don't use, like, jackals are okay. You know, other stuff. But really, those are the bundle busters. They're very good, too. Those are different types of stuff that, you know, you want to use when competing against the, Storm King. Another thing is the melee. So you need to have a good melee, like surround pound. I don't have it on me right now. I thought I did, but not. You want to have a thing called the surround pound, and that thing will do a ton of damage and will just absolutely obliterate everything.
What you see
And
is what
once you do read them, you can get the mythic Storm King weapons, which are absolutely the best things in the game. Alright. So the next thing we're going to talk about is, it's going to be basically the last thing we're going to talk about. We're going to be talking about, hold on, the upgrade my survivors. He's very important right here. So we upgrade these. I'm trying to get all my survivors to level 82. Alright, he's next. Alright, so basically the next important thing is just little tricks and tips about use too. So if you have a thing called a, let's see, there's a thing called an ear splitter. These things can farm math. You can do the L2 ability, which you'll be able to do, and it will farm math like crazy. That's one thing. The Baron, some of these can make you run faster. They're very cool and very efficient to use. Another cool thing, tips and tricks that I found, is that you can have multiple schematics of the same thing, and that will help. And you can get different elements on this. Another thing that you can do that I find pretty cool is
So that's what I'm made of.
where
Really makes you think.
you can do is actually make your own world on it. So you can get these things and put different elements and stuff on it. And that is some of the cool stuff that another the last cool thing that I found out is you don't have to actually wear the skin that you're using. You can wear whatever skin you want in your item shop, whatever dance you want to. And you can do whatever music, whatever skin ramps, and whatever this thing. I don't know why that's my loading screen, but yeah. And you can just basically do a bunch of different stuff that can help you with upgrading different types of stuff. So that is basically Save the World covered. It's a very fun game. You can have a lot of fun in this. And that will be the end of the broadcast soon. So why did I do that? Alright. So basically
yeah, that was basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and go to